There we go. He said it. A lot of people have been waiting for him to say it, and that finally happened. And it happened after President Biden's disastrous performance at the press conference, right? His big boy press conference, the press conference that was the talk of the day yesterday, the press conference that got delayed 2-3 times, and the press conference that was not only somewhat uneventful, but the one that reaffirmed everyone's doubts about President Biden being at the top of the ticket, being the Democratic Party's nominee. Now, we have Mr. Kennedy, the man himself. It's a 15-second video that says everything and more, and people are eating it up. My goodness, check it out.
Well, the Democrat Party is scrambling around to find a candidate who can beat Donald Trump. They can stop looking. I'm the only one who can beat him. If they're interested, my telephone number is on the internet. Unfortunately.
Ooh, he's so gangster for that. My telephone number is on the internet, unfortunately. But the caption of this literally says, if the Democratic Party calls me, sure, I'll answer. He's saying, let's talk. Come on. And I've been saying this for the past like a week or so. If you guys call, he's willing to play ball. Come on. That video on his TikTok, it hasn't even been 24 hours yet, and it's almost racked up 2 million views. Oh my goodness. And the comment section is so lively. Christopher says, you versus Trump is the best match. Win. This guy is genuinely the only hope at Trump not winning. Biden is obviously incompetent. Thank you. Angelica says, you have my vote. Fandy Slot says, love the sense of humor, and the confidence is also very on point. Adriana, I've never voted this year, but you have my vote. Come on, somebody, let's go. Look at this. If you become the candidate, I will definitely vote for you, hands down. There is something so genuinely infectious about the community of people who are rallying behind RFK Jr. I have genuinely never seen it before. It is incredible. Kennedy's TikTok has actually been a conversation in the news cycle lately. Wired posted this article saying this is the moment RFK Jr. has been waiting for. The article talks about how since the debate between President Biden and President Trump, the campaign has since leaned into X, increased its efforts on TikTok, and continued to take any opportunity to get the candidate into the national conversation. And let me tell you, it is working. The campaign has posted 30 videos on TikTok on and after June 27th, 9 of which have received more than 1 million views. One video, which has more than 6 million views, attempts to address the Vanity Fair article that alleged that the candidate had eaten a dog on a trip to South Korea. We talked about it. In the video, Kennedy cooks steak and chicken to serve his dog, saying now he has to work his way back into their good graces. My goodness. I also wanted to talk about how there's these creators who are doing these incredible digital town halls where they just invite third-party candidates and a bunch of other creators with, millions of followers, and they just have honest conversations. Someone asks a question, candidate answers. I was at the last town hall with RFK Jr. just as a viewer, as a spectator, and it was incredible. It was awesome to see. And as I was watching, I kid you not, I was thinking, man, just imagine for a brief moment if President Biden were to do something like that. Like, it is so informal. It is just so raw and imperfect where you are just talking to voters. Honestly, you're having honest discussion with honest people who are going to be voting this November. And more, it just looks like President Biden can't do it. Like, look at this. CNN wrote this article about President Biden's false and misleading claims at high-stakes news conference. It was a bad day for President Biden. First, he misspoke whatever he referred to President Zelensky as President Putin, and that was having a field day for everyone. And then at the press conference, he referred to Vice President Kamala Harris as Vice President Trump. This is terrible. Now, I had an idea. Now, President Biden is interested in showing people that he is capable and he does have the ability and the capacity to lead us another 4 years. Then I thought this was a great idea. I shared on X. I wrote, I'd love to see President Biden take over his X account for 24 hours. A full-length video on YouTube showing him post his own tweets, write and post his own tweets, upload his own videos, and respond to people in the comments directly. I think that'd be the perfect way to respond to people's criticisms. I think that's a great idea, really. Also, quick plug, follow me on X. Why not? Follow me on Instagram. Let's go. Come on. But really, everyone is throwing jabs at President Biden and his inability to do the job. And you know what? Here is RFK Jr. talking about this too.
I've known Joe Biden for 40 years, and he's just a completely different person now. And even this little decision of him not providing me with Secret Service protection, I don't think that Joe Biden, I knew, would do that. I don't believe he's making that decision. I believe he probably doesn't even know about it, because I think he seems unaware. And I know that, Joe Biden has a bust of my father sitting behind him at the Oval Office. He knows what happened to my...
President Biden seems unaware because he more than likely is unaware. Voters all around the country have been talking about this. Like, who is running the country? It doesn't seem like President Biden is. Voters all around the country have been having this exact conversation ever since the presidential debates, saying President Biden doesn't seem to be the person running things. These are valid questions. Is it Jill? Is it Hunter? Is it Kamala? We don't know. Jake Tapper, CNN anchor, who lately has been taking jabs at President Biden, just took a swing at Mr. Kennedy himself. He said this, down arrow, is so misleading and deceptive, it should be taken down at once. The quotes are falsely clipped together. And this is, of course, in regards to the incredible, cinematic, beautiful campaign video where the Kennedy campaign was pretty much saying, hey, I'm here. I've been here. Let's go. I got my gloves up. What are we waiting for? It was great. But no, Jake Tapper seems to believe that it was false and misleading. It was terrible. It was so bad, Nicole Shanahan had to step in. She says, what about this is misleading, Jake? Your CNN debate helped millions of Americans feel confident in finally speaking publicly about their valid concerns regarding President Biden's mental fitness. And you know what? We're not talking enough about that, right? The presidential debate was one of the best things to happen to people who have been concerned about President Biden's age. It was great. Now masses are able to discuss this in a thoughtful and meaningful way. It was incredible. She goes on to say, Robert F. Kennedy has a proven track record of decades-long service to this country. Right. We found a candidate who can unite the country. Say it again. Come on. He knows how to work across the aisle. He knows how to weed out corruption. He says he knows how to deal with Ukraine. On day one of his presidency, he's strong on inflation. He's strong on housing. He says he will secure the border as soon as he takes office. He said all these things. Where's the lie, Jake? Where's the lie? Or could it be, now hear me out. Could it be, is it possible, that everything she said is true? And the only reason you're responding this way so aggressively is because you're scared that people are starting to notice RFK Jr. You're scared that people are starting to, wake up a bit. You should be. Because people are paying attention. People are seeing RFK talk about things that Americans are going through. People are understanding more and more that he can win. People are resonating with his ideas, with his positions, with his perspectives. And people are becoming genuine supporters of Kennedy Shanahan 2024. Just how incredible is this that we're able to be alive for such a time as this, to experience Kennedy's campaign front and center, to be part of a movement where we experience unity like no other. This is a gift. And I don't know about you, but I'm just excited to have front row seat. Anyways, let me know what you think about all this. Are you interested in seeing RFK Jr. rejoin the Democratic Party? Do you think President Biden could do a digital town hall like RFK Jr.? Do you think Jake Tapper's in the right here? And do you think Kennedy 24 should remove this video that has millions of views? Let me know what you think about all this. I love hearing everyone's thoughts and perspectives in the comment section, and I love seeing everyone there elevate the conversation and keep it going. It is incredible. Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching and listening. I appreciate your time so much, and I really hope you enjoyed this episode. If you'd like to support what we're building here, please like and subscribe. It means a lot and it really helps us out. And if you want to see even more content from me, make sure to follow me on Instagram. I'm going to be sharing a lot more on there. Thank you so much. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time.